Reportage from Bastau Camp. World News. Biometric system of time management. What the white hackers of Kazakhstan do. Tech control. Mobile travel assistant. Kazakhstan News. The first camp for entrepreneurs in the Republic was opened in the Almaty region in the small village of Zhilandi. Here, within 10 days, novice businessmen undergo an express course on the basics of commerce, which helps them prepare and launch their own startup. The site was organized by the Almaty Management University in cooperation with the Friends of Kazakhstan Association of Tel Aviv University.
Our
student ecosystem project is aimed precisely at responding to the challenge of employment. Industry 4.0 will somehow vacant jobs, and our global task is to educate a generation of active youth with the right entrepreneurial thinking. The first students of the school consisted of 105 people. They are the students from different regions of Kazakhstan. They passed courses of motivation and negotiation, where they were taught the skills of business thinking. In addition, students had the opportunity to build a future development strategy for their business. As a result, at the final stage of the entrepreneurial platform, the school participants submitted their own projects to the jury. Sawel team from Karaganda State University took first place in the championship. The guys developed a technology that allows you to store horse milk longer without losing its useful qualities. We came to the idea of ultra-pasteurization, but this installation is very expensive. On the basis of our university, we have created a new technology, a smaller one which will cost less and produce a product faster. As part of this technology, the mare's milk is heated to 140 degrees, and then within 3 seconds sharply cooled to 5 degrees. Then the finished product is bottled. We want to sell horse milk for 1,500 tenge per liter. We plan to sell 40 liters of this product per day. In a month, we'll sell up to 800 liters. If you take this into account, then the monthly revenue is 1,200,000 tenge. The second place in the competition was taken by another team from central Kazakhstan, Custodian. Its founders, students of the Karaganda State Medical University, developed the first domestic medical exoskeleton. It gives them new muscles, temporary muscles, because in the future, the person returns to society. He can walk again. When we were developing the project, it was a fantasy, something at the level of an Iron Man. And this was possible only in comics and in films. But during the training at the medical university, we realized that this project is possible to implement. Today in Kazakhstan, there are 500,000 people with disabilities. Many of them cannot move because of dislocation in the functions of the musculoskeletal system. Therefore, the demand for cheap and at the same time effective exoskeletons significantly exceeds supply. Our exoskeleton is a passive exoskeleton. Its work system includes impulse that is needed from the person directly, because we work with patients who have at least 10 to 15% of muscle strength preservation. Today, the domestic exoskeleton has already issued a pre-order for 27 units. In addition, investors are interested in Uzbekistan. Using the example of the Custodian and Sawel projects, you can see how the Camp for Entrepreneurs allows you to realize your boldest ideas. According to the organizers, in the future, this platform should become an analog of the educational and forum platform known in Russia as Seliger. The Russian startup, HooverSurf, plans to launch a flying taxi by the end of 2017 in Moscow. The device is a large quadricopter with an open seat for the passenger in the center. According to the project's founder, Alexander Atamanov, using a drone, passengers will be able to travel around the city faster than by bus or car. You can order a taxi through the mobile application at the first stage for short distances. Tariffs for this service will be approximately the same as for traditional carriers. American corporation Amazon has launched its own social network called Spark. It is focused on making purchases on the basis of an online store. Thus, the developers of the platform plan to transfer some of the social activity around products off-site back to the online store. In the social network, users can exchange product descriptions, select favorite positions, comment on them, and leave feedback on their purchases. Experts calculated the introduction of biometric timekeeping system annually saves up to $800 per employee. For a company with a staff of 1,000, this amount is increased to $1 million. Such perspectives inspired starters from the Clockster team to create their own service for tracking and optimizing HR. We will send out a tablet with an integrated fingerprint scanner that will be easy to install. It will be wireless, it will either work on Wi-Fi or on a GSM module. It is simply attached to the wall and to the outlet and it works. The domestic platform allows you to monitor the discipline of the company's employees and clearly build the effectiveness of their work through an advanced user management system. It allows you to create a user profile and distribute their credentials. This is the main page of our application. Here you can see the analytics for current and for the previous period of time, week, month, year for your company. For example, how many employees, or a certain location, or a certain post worked their hours, were missed, and were late and processed. Also here you can see the list of employees and manually edit their attendance. This function is necessary if, for some valid reason, a person cannot register at the workplace. In Kazakhstan, we estimate market capacity according to the data of the National Chamber of Entrepreneurs that at the moment there are 457,000 companies in Kazakhstan. We focus on 1% of this volume, somewhere around 4,000 to 5,000 companies. Today, the development of Kazakhstan startups has already been implemented in a large Republican fast food chain. The staff of this company is 2,000 people. We work on a one-time payment scheme, the cost of which differs from our competitors in the smallest size, as well as payment for technical support, which most of our competitors do not provide, since they simply resell the ready foreign solution. Today, they are thinking over a new model of monetization, a monthly subscription fee. In fact, this installment with a small markup on the equipment that you need to install, connect to the internal network of the enterprise, and regularly maintain and update. In the future, the technical capabilities of the time tracking system will completely go into the cloud. Thus, this platform can be used from any device, which means that small businesses do not need to install servers to implement the system. The Cyber Attack Analysis and Investigation Center is the first private Kazakhstan service to respond to computer incidents. The team members conduct an in-depth analysis of the code of network viruses, participate in hacker rallies, and do computer forensics. If there was an incident in Kazakhstan, a bank was hacked, somebody's accounting data was stolen, or some computers were infected. They turned to us to investigate this incident. Also, one of our main directions is to conduct pen tests. Pen test is a full emulation of a hacker attack. It allows you to identify gaps in the virtual security of companies. Usually the pen test is carried out for several months. During this time, the white hackers are trying to hack into the computer network of customers and affect it with viruses. Typically, such operations are conducted incognito, so site administrators and cybersecurity officers may not even suspect the inspections.
В основном мы используем общедоступные продукты, инструменты, продукты open source.
Basically, we use publicly available products and tools and open source products. We're also developing our software to detect attacks and protect. Also, we have our own development on proxy servers.
По proxy серверам.
One of the main products of this center is called a web totem. It is a program that detects unprotected Kaznet resources. And the first results of the program research are not at all encouraging. Out of 450 Kazakhstan sites, only 5 use an encrypted HTTPS connection.
Мы на данный момент поделили это на госсайты.
At the moment, we have divided it into state sites and all of Kaznet. At the moment, 40,000 sites, while in the beta version, are checked. And here you can see that 82% of the state sites are available. The rest are shut down, or they have a collapse of a system.
Либо отключены, да, либо, возможно, у них там сейчас сервер упал.
According to the Tsarka, at the beginning of this year, more than 500 hacking sites were committed, including in the public sector. For example, a few months ago, a website of the Ministry of Defense of Kazakhstan was subjected to a hacker attack. The expert of the center can tell in detail about the main causes of such incidents.
первую очередь это плохой патч-менеджмент. То есть бывает...
First of all, this is a bad patch management. It happens. You get to the server and it was last updated 5 years ago. This is very common. The second is the poor quality of the code. It even happens as serious organizations allow elementary errors in the code.
Такое, что даже серьезная организация позволяет себе допускать элементарные ошибки в коде.
Recently in Moscow, there was a conference of positive hack days. This event is included in the top 5 list of the most popular hacker conferences in the world. The contest was attended by 10 of the strongest teams from the CIS and our professionals. As a result, Kazakhstani programmers took the first place and caused a real sensation on the part of foreign companies, including from countries such as India and the United States, which are considered to be world leaders in the field of information security. Startup Dictionary. IRR, Internal Rate of Return. This is one of the basic concepts of modern financial analysis, which shows the strength of cash flow. Example of use. Told about the IRR to my family, friends, and fools. There were only fools. Khanat Nurikyanov, General Director of FinTech Company. More than 15 years of work experience in IT sectors. Specialization, development of the software, mobile payments, review for the startup. Travel Chatbot. Travel Chatbot is a mobile application to replace the guide and a tour agent for a traveler.
Это сейчас популярный, скажем так, трендовая вещь. И как они, интересно, как они туда строили именно коммуникатор речи.
Bot is now a popular and trendy thing. I wonder how they will build a communicator there. How will this be recognized? Will it be something like Siri or Google Speech Recognizer? And what are the advantages over such services? This is the first and most basic question, because any startup must understand its competitive advantage. Even if, as written in the review, there is no such mobile application on the territory of Kazakhstan, maybe there are such mobile applications in the world. Surely there is. Or at least among other major developers of the internet environment, there should be such applications, assistance, not necessarily to help the tourists, but there is definitely something similar in the world.
Именно в плане помочь туристу, ну, может быть, более глобально. То есть, скорее всего, будет интегрировано с какими-то экстренными службами. Эта идея мне очень нравится. То есть, она, в принципе, напрашивается, в первую очередь.
Most likely, the service will be integrated with some emergency services. I really like this idea. It immediately comes to mind. Because, first of all, the tourist is always interested in the security issue. That is, as to me, in the event of theft, the passport loss itself. These issues are topical. By the way, probably after all, you need to add a non-voice mode. Maybe it's designed or not, so that a person could also find out the answer to a particular question in the query mode.
Скажем так, в запросном режиме спросить тот или иной вопрос. Это, кстати, легче разработать. Что мне еще бросило в глаза, что то есть нужно очень много встраивать, скажем так, языковых.
What also caught my eye is the necessity of many languages, because as far as I understand, the ambitions of the guys are great, to spread this mobile application not only in Kazakhstan but all over the world. Accordingly, it will be necessary to embed algorithms by language recognition. This is also a separate scientific topic. Serious institutes are engaged in this. How far is the platform technically developed here? Well, the main question is, how adequate is the declared amount of funding? It is relatively small.
Насколько заявленная сумма, требуемая или запрашиваемая сумма финансирования относительно небольшая. Но данному стартапу я посоветовал бы все-таки еще раз проанализировать.
I would advise this startup once again to analyze potential competitors, what is being done in this direction, what are existing applications to test the developed bot, if it exists. And if it does not, then the issue is even more open. Well, the most basic thing is to think about the return of money and the promotion of this service on the internet space.
Самое основное, это, конечно, подумать о возврате денег и раскрутке этого сервиса на пространство интернета.
Almaty startuppers have built an electronic bridge between residents and the city services. This bridge is a modern internet platform for placing and processing applications for cooperatives of apartment owners, their control and distribution of notices. According to the plan of the developers, the service will help to build a constructive dialogue of citizens with representatives of housing and communal services. In Kazakhstan, the annual conference DEFCON is a legal platform where domestic hackers can discuss pressing issues on cybersecurity and propose new solutions in this area. In 2017, the event was held in a new format. One of the Kazakh entrepreneurs suggested hacking the development of his company, an electronic bracelet for prisoners. You will learn more information about this event as well as the top city services projects in our next program.